So, welcome to this actionable guide in how to grow your brand's Instagram following 2019. If you are in 2020 when you're watching this, please go to the channel and check out a newer video on this. So, I wrote a blog post on this a couple of days ago, and I'm going to walk you through the current best practices on how to uh, grow your Instagram following with quality followers. So, as I'm mentioning in this article, fake followers are for losers. Uh, you won't get any good out of it in long term. So please focus on quality and try to be have patience and be long term. So, first of all, you need to have like an Instagram account that looks really, really good. And I have searched through a lot of Instagram accounts, big and small, to see like a couple of accounts that I think have a really crisp look when you visit the Instagram account. And the first one they could be inspired of is Dayglow Coffee, which is coffee roasters. And as you can see, there is a consistency that is amazing. You can see that they are really thinking through their content. And I don't think this even takes a lot of time to do. You just need to think when you're uploading on your Instagram account, basically. And I mean, imagine visiting an Instagram account that you're not following and you see this. Well, if you like coffee, of course you want to follow this. It's a no-brainer. Moving on to actually a restaurant in Tokyo, and there was something about this that I also really really liked. It was some kind of authentic feeling that I enjoyed. At the same time, it's a good variation in the content, as you can see. Like here are some really nice images of vegetables. You can see that it's still personal. Some images of their uh, employees doing stuff. Yeah, I really enjoy this. This is also a good example, I would say. And as you can see in their following, they have 62,000 followers, even though it's a restaurant in Tokyo. How many restaurants has that following? Moving on to a Nordic auction house called Bukowski's, and they have a challenge because when you are an auction house, you have a big variation in your products, since you are selling secondhand stuff, and there is a little bit more difficult to have a consistency in your uploads. But I think they're doing it really good as well. As you can see, it's a good variation. Each upload is very very crisp. There's no ugly uploads like big text overlays and stuff like that. It's really, yeah, it's really simple and crisp. And I also like that they have worked a lot with the Instagram story highlights to be able to deliver more channel content in the story format. And same thing here. 43K followers is I would say that's good for a Nordic auction house. Moving on to our last example, we have Noble Rot, which is a restaurant in London. Again, 52K followers. Even though you're a restaurant, that's amazing. And as you can see here, it's super crisp uploads, no low image quality. At the same time, it's a good variation. There's food, there's wine in some images. I mean, it's not getting too repetitive, even though it's one restaurant with, I'm guessing, one menu. I also think this is a really good inspiration. So that's the first thing, to have a really really crisp Instagram account that you really thought through. And then we have the upload. And this is, of course, related to the big picture, the Instagram account. So when you're uploading something, you need to ask yourself, is this something that I would be engaged in, even though I had no idea what this brand was doing? Because it's so easy to be like, to have too much affection for the brand you're working for, which often creates a negative effect of uploading bad stuff, basically, because you think it's nice because it's your brand and you are so engaged in it and have an affection to it. But you have to ask yourself, will other people care about this at all? And if maybe or no, don't upload it. Upload something else. And then we have the creative part. So sometimes you could need to have some kind of app that helps you to create really crisp content, because it could be tough at sometimes to be able to create this output of great static images. And there are a lot of apps for this. In this article, I'm listing some of them, as you can see here. But there are a lot of other apps as well. You just need to have the energy to scroll through the app store and discover all these apps and experiment with them and see what you think is nice. And to have some examples, I have some really unique and eye-popping uploads. So this is a restaurant in Stockholm that I like, and they have, yeah, like really simple but still very eye-popping video loop, or so easy, still very popping in the feed. And then we have the Swedish brand Acne, and I mean, they are really showing their identity through their uploads, as you can see. And of course, Acne has a major team doing their motion graphics and videos and stuff like that. But I think that it's not impossible also for a small retailer, for example, to achieve this. You just need to be really persistent on wanting to show your brand's identity like this. And then we have some bad examples, because it's also easy to understand what you shouldn't do when you see how bad uploads can be. So I have some examples here. We have Wayfair with 1.2 million followers, and they have uploaded this image of a chair, and it's super boring. And as you can see, 790 likes and 16 comments is not good if you have 1.2 million followers. And the question is, do they even have this many authentic followers, or is it fake? Because that's what you think when you see this engagement rate. But then again, it's a boring image. IKEA USA, I mean, they're doing pretty good in their Instagram account, but this upload is just so boring. Look at this video. It's like, and it's, yeah, I mean, nothing is good with this upload. Just don't upload if you do something like this. And then we have Marvel with 41 million followers. And they have done the classic mistake of doing an upload with copy. So they have as you can see, this super simple illustration with a link and a date and a hashtag and a timestamp. Well, that stuff should be in the copy, which it is, but then you should have something else as the creative part. So they have a duplicate content in their image and their copy, strangely enough. And then last but not least, Sony. 7 million followers and a not even a photo of a TV. This is a low like low resolution illustration of static, yeah, a TV on a boring wall with some gray books in the corner there, and the unique selling point 4K HDR Ultra HD. I mean, if you're Sony, you don't have to brag that you have you're selling 4K TVs in that way, and you should upload something else than the illustrations. I mean, this isn't a really photo, and then this is also sad that they're trying to be contemporary by using a Game of Thrones reference here in the copy. So that's just desperate. So that's some nuggets for you, and I also have an action list of summarizing some of these stuff. So if you follow all these instructions that I just walked through, and you also engage with your followers, because that is also helping, because that will also help you long term to be able to get followers that are also your ambassadors, because they really like that you're answering them when they're commenting or liking their comments or stuff like that, or if they're sending direct messages or whatever. And then you should actually post daily, and at least stories. And this is actually similar for also Facebook and LinkedIn and other social media, that daily post can sound uh, pretty aggressive, but it's not, because the algorithms of the social media platforms will make sure that people don't see stuff too repetitive or too often if they don't engage in it. So you don't have to worry about that. So post daily, at least stories. And yeah, as you can see here as well, there was a major study that found that the increase in follower growth was actually exactly 100% higher than the ones posting only weekly. And then you can actually also use tools to help you automate this process. So full disclosure, I'm working at a Facebook marketing partner called Salster, and we have a feature called Auto Boost Post, which can automate the process of boosting your organic posts on Instagram towards audiences you want. So that is also pretty helpful to basically boost your really good organic content. So check that out on Zalster.com if you're curious. And then look at your Instagram insights. So this is also helpful to learn about the people engaging in your account, and utilizing that when creating content and doing marketing. And then actually, I'm against hashtags, but science says that you should use a couple of highly relevant hashtags, and of course, don't be like a 80-year-old person hashtagging with hashtag food if you are a restaurant or something like that. Be much more niche than that, please. And then actually, memes are a great way to grow an account. I mean, you won't have accounts crisp like this if you are uploading memes, but it is still a really good hack in getting really engaged followers. So if you can create memes that are specific for your brand or vertical or whatever you're selling, that is actually helpful to grow. But it hurts to say it. And last but not least, have patience, please. That's about it. Go execute. Good luck.